Let me remind you how powerful narrative is. Based off of the story that we're telling ourselves and based off of what we think God thinks of us, that is the story and the story and the narrative that we're telling ourselves. And I'm gonna start this video off by giving you some context. You see, the job that Anaya has been working at for the last few years, it has developed me in certain fruits of the spirit, right? It's developed me in patience. It's developed me in self-control and gentleness and having compassion for other people. Like it was one of them numbers for sure. But the thing is, for a very long time, I didn't see it like that. Like I didn't see it as me being developed in something or me growing in something. Like Anaya just thought that she was struggling over and over and over again, that I was failing over and over and over and over again. And that was the story that I was telling myself. And part of the reason why that was the story I was telling myself is because I thought that God was not going to be pleased with me until I stopped struggling. Like I thought that the Lord was angry at me because I was struggling. And listen, it sounds crazy, but a lot of people think that. That's why we want to perform so well and be good Christians. Because when we're bad, the Lord is not pleased, right? We think that bad means like I'm struggling in something. So a lot of people have this narrative in their head that if they are struggling in something or if something is challenging for them, then the Lord is not pleased. And how do you think that affects the relationship that we have with the Lord? How do you think that affects the intimacy that we have with the Lord? But again, the power of narrative and how we think the Lord thinks of us when we're struggling is a big deal. Like it will influence the way that we think about growth. We won't even see growth for what it is. We'll see it as failure. You won't even see yourself as growing and getting better and better and better, like how the Lord sees it. If you think that the Lord is condemning you and is critical of you, then you will think that you're failing and getting worse and worse and worse. When that is not the Lord's narrative of you, like that is not what the Lord thinks of you. And if anything, that critical and condemning voice in your head, the fact that you even think that that's the Lord, that's a problem. That's a problem. We need to fix it. We need to fix it, right? And greater than this, I want you to keep in mind something. Like, don't you think that the Lord is happy with you and pleased with you because you're putting in effort in the first place? Don't you think he will honor you for honoring him? Like, check this. This is the narrative. You love the Lord so much. You honor him and honor his word so much. And you value the fruits of the Spirit so much that you are willing to put an effort at being better. Do you not know everybody don't do that? Everybody doesn't care enough to be better. But you do. And the Lord sees that. The Lord will honor that. Like the Lord says, wow, my son, my daughter loves me enough to want to be better. That's how he sees it. Therefore, there is growth. Therefore, he sees you being trained up. Therefore, he sees you being disciplined. I think the second thing I was going to say was, do you not think that the Lord was going to expect or intended for this to be hard for you? There's some of us that have more patience than the other. There's some of us that have more compassion than the other. Right. So we have our strengths and our weaknesses, but the Lord loves you enough to want you to be better. Right? And so he puts you in situations, or maybe he uses certain situations in order to develop you. He says, my child needs to be better at X, Y, or Z. So we're going to use this situation to train them up in this so that way they can develop X, Y, or Z. You feel what I'm saying? So he knows that this is hard for you. So he expects for you to struggle. He expects for this to be hard for you. He expects this to be a challenge for you. But you know what? The Lord has enough faith in you. The Lord is rooting you on. He's saying to himself, I know that if I put them in this situation, they will overcome. Like they will have victory in this. But in order for them to have that victory, I need them to go through this struggle. You need to struggle to get better. Develop so you can be better. The Lord has faith in you. So I need you to have faith in you too, and to accurately discern the Lord's voice and the Lord's tone towards you. What do you think the Lord's tone towards you is while you're struggling, while you're wondering, while you're trying to get something right, like while you're figuring it out? You're going to him and you're asking him questions and you're seeking his face and you're trying to understand things and you're trying to get better. Like, what do you think he thinks of you because you're doing those things? If we aren't careful, we will think that the Lord thinks we're failing, that the Lord is smirking and laughing at us because we haven't gotten it right. Don't you know that you're human and you have a sinful nature, and you will always fall short. You will always fail. And that's crazy. Like, oh my gosh, Naya, why would you say that? But listen, you're not perfect. We're always going to get something wrong. The Lord been knew that. You just catching up. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So the Lord knows this, but still he's faithful towards you. But still, he loves you. But still, he calls you into right standing with him. But still, he has redeemed you. But still, he offers salvation for you. But still, he calls you his. So I need all of us to get into agreement about what the Lord thinks of us so we can get this right and get on with our lives. We're not struggling over here. We're getting better. We're getting better and better and better. The Lord sees you getting better and better and better. He's rooting for you. And he needs you to know that. By you thinking that he's not rooting for you, you just got the whole story wrong. You got the Lord all wrong. Come on. That's all I wanted to say. Talk to you later.